Hello world and hello dear fans of Soulmate Debunked. My name is Susanna and I'm the creator of Soulmate Debunked. Okay, so for part one of this two-part video series, I talked about the self-love bubble. Part two is the couple bubble. Okay, so just a side note, I know in the previous couple of video episodes, again, the building across from me, there's people walking around and I got so distracted by that. And so ultimately I was trying to wrap up really quick. Anyway, so pardon those distractions and please don't get freaked out by any of that stuff in the building behind me. Anyways, in this video episode, I'm going to be talking about the couple bubble. Now, if you watch the previous one, I was talking about the self-love bubble where you're so focused inwardly on self-love and cultivating that self-love within yourself and setting your boundaries and nurturing and loving yourself and looking after your own needs and interests first, that if you go overboard on that, especially about the whole setting boundaries where you don't want to let any negative energy come into your life because you're in this process of building up your own core, I guess, within yourself and cultivating that love within yourself, that we don't want to be in the presence of anything that that doesn't make us feel good about ourselves, right? And so that's what I mean by setting those boundaries as well. But in the process of doing that, what ultimately happens is, again, we put this protective bubble or shield around ourselves, and in some ways we have to be very cognizant and aware and careful of that, because you cannot, I guess, how can I say, detach yourself from any negative situations. I made the mistake of doing that, but ultimately you have to learn how to cope and deal with it. So the couple bubble is it's similar to that, but it's when especially for new couples, when you're in a new relationship, you're so focused on each other and inward, and all you want to do is just hang out with each other all the time and do things with each other because it's new, it's refreshing. You want to really get to know each other. You're all caught up in that whole new couple syndrome where you're stuck together at the hip and you just want to do everything and anything together, right? I get that, and that's great and that's lovely. But there's also a fine line with that, because I've noticed with other couples that when they're in those new relationships and they're in that couple bubble, is that they detach themselves from other situations, other environments where they interact with other couples or they interact with other people, or in the most important case is that they're so focused on being a couple that they actually lose sense of their own self-identity, right? So they're in this couple bubble, but ideally, as we've talked about in many previous relationships, and ultimately what soulmates are about, is that you need to be your own strong individual self. And then you come together and you help each other, inspire, evolve together, but as separate entities, as separate souls, right? So when you're in that couple bubble, and because it's so new, it's so captivating, it's so exciting, you just want to spend every moment of your time with each other, you get into that own couple bubble, and not only do you lock yourself out from the rest of the world, but you really lock yourself out from yourself, actually, and all your focus about is that other person, when you still need to keep that focus and momentum on yourself, right? So that's just something I wanted to bring up, because I've noticed that even for myself in past relationships, but I definitely notice it now because I'm cognizant and aware of it in other people. So don't lose sight of who you are. Even though it's nice and fresh and exciting, you still got to be your own individual self, okay? So thank you again for watching. Lots of love. Please subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already, and there's going to be more videos coming up really soon. Okay, bye for now.